Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So this afternoon, guys, I'm broadcasting from my living room as opposed to my office. Trying to get a few computer kinks worked out. I'm setting up a new system, so I apologize if it sounds weird and the acoustics are strange. Nevertheless, I did want to talk about this that's been going around, and I know it's a few days old now. And March 20th is today, and the 21st is tomorrow, and this is from Crypto Maniac 101. That's @crypto_maniac_. And I know it's getting a lot of people in the XRP community either really excited or really angry, or maybe even a combination of both. And it has to do with this guy's TA here, his technical analysis regarding the price of XRP, and estimating that it could go to $172 per XRP in the next bull run. And a few people were asking me about this, and a few people were mentioning this on Twitter and tagging me in the post. And I just haven't been able to take a look at it and get around to it until now. So I figured today, since it is the 20th already, and the 21st is tomorrow, I figured it would be interesting to take a look at this and see if this was indeed possible. So as of the recording of this video, now you can see XRP is up a smidge, not too much. It's just over 32 cents. Ultimately, we've been basing in this region here, the 29 to, let's say, 32 or 33 cent range. Nothing extraordinary. And so the question is this Crypto Maniac's technical analysis bogus, or is it possible? Could this be possible? Well, first thing out of the gate I want to say is that this chart seems to... I don't even know where to begin with this chart. It seems a little wonky, and I don't want to slag Crypto Maniac or anything like that. I mean, he obviously has his opinions about XRP and how it could possibly rise in price over the next couple of days, but as you can see here, it shows the... Okay, so I'm going to use his chart, and then I'm going to go back to my chart here from TradingView, and it's from the Poloniex exchange, so it gives us a little bit of more information from the end of 2016 all the way to present day. So let's go back here. So first of all, he has these trend lines, and we can see an upward trend and all-time highs being broken, and that was back in April, May 2017, and then again at the end of the bull run in about January 2018. And so the trend line looks as if it could hit $172 per XRP at this unconfirmed resistance. But to be honest, I don't feel like his numbers are jiving with me. I mean, first, let's take a look at these numbers here on the side. And as you can see, these notches here are equally spaced apart. And yet we go from $1 here. I don't know if you guys can see. I'll try to zoom in and post, but over here it's $1 and then $1.60. So you would assume that this would be a 60-cent increment. But then it keeps getting larger and larger and larger. And then so by the time you get up here, it's a $60 increment from 105 to 165. So first of all, this scale isn't even correct. I don't even know if anybody caught that, but yeah. So I mean, the trend line, so on the surface, the TA looks like, sure, it could reach this, but I don't think that this would represent 172 necessarily. And again, TA depends on so many things. It's not just, here are some lines and let's cross intersecting lines and that's where the price will be. There's a lot involved with that. So my opinion on this, it probably will not hit $172. That said, however, we have seen weirder things in the cryptocurrency space, right? We saw in 12 months, we saw XRP go from 0.006 cents all the way to roughly $3.65, depending on what exchange you look at. And so that's a huge gain, right? 38,000% gain. And we got to also remember that it's a lot easier to double in price, the lower the price of the token. So when it was under a cent at 0.006, for it to double, it would only have to go to 0.012 cents, right? For it to double today, it would have to go to 60 cents. So make a 30-cent gain or a 31-cent gain approximately. Whereas back then it had to make a 0.006 cent gain to double. So it's a lot easier to double the lower the price of the cryptocurrency. But let's take a look at today's chart. So again, XRP on a daily, I think I have it here. Yeah, XRP on a daily. And we can see here that we're basing. And the good news is that we're not going any lower, okay? We're seeing a bit of a curve. So we saw a bit of a downward momentum, and now we're starting to see the swing up. I don't know if you guys can see that slight curve here in the chart pattern. That doesn't mean that we're confirmed bullish, but it is a good sign. It is better than seeing it continue to go lower. So, and as you guys can see here, so I'm just going to show you, all we've seen, right, are lower lows up until now. So then we saw another high and then lower lows. And then here, about here, we retraced into this level of support. And then we started moving up, and we haven't seen any lower lows since. So that's a good sign. Another thing I just wanted to point out to you guys is that here, we haven't seen lower lows since the last time it retraced here was back in September. So the lowest it had got was in September 2018. We retraced, we went up, we retraced, we went up. So ultimately, we haven't seen lower lows for approximately 6 months. And that is good, because if you look over here, so the previous over here, so April 2018, and then we finally saw lower lows here by June 2018, and over here, right after a strong move up in February 2018, we finally saw lower lows around March 2018, only a month later. And here, what was it? So it was April to June, so it was about 2 months, and now it's been 6 months and we haven't seen lower lows. So that is showing that the bears are slowly dying out. It's taking a lot longer. We're seeing longer periods between lows on the trend now, and now we're no longer making lower lows. So that's just a bit of a sidebar. How high could XRP go in the next bull run, though? Working Money Channel, if you're saying it's not going to go to $172, what could it realistically go to? Well, I took this opportunity, and thank you very much, Crypto Maniac. We really do appreciate your technical analysis. I do think it is a little funky, though, but of course we are going to see another bull run. And so how high could XRP go? Well, I took it upon myself to do some math and to take a look at the last few spikes that we saw XRP move in the last several spikes. So XRP bull runs and declines over the years. So I'm just going to take a look at this chart, and we have a lot more information on this chart than some of the other ones. So Poloniex has a lot more charted information here. When we look into XRP on the daily, okay, and we look up here, this was the first little spike here that we saw from early 2017, and we saw it go from approximately 0.004 cents to roughly 0.031 cents. Okay, that was the incline. So it went from here roughly, okay, it based in around here all the way up here, okay, and that's where we saw an incline of about 559.6%, followed by an 80.6% decrease and went back to 0.006. Now in 2017, only a couple of weeks later, we saw another huge increase in 2017, and so we saw it go from 0.006 cents to roughly 0.46 cents. That was a 7,566.7% increase, right? Followed by another decline here, and the decline at that time was a 63% decline going back to 0.17 cents. And that's where we kind of saw it base for several months. So from early 2017 all the way to late 2017, we saw it basing in that price range before the last bull run that we had, okay? And you can see the bull run 2017, 2018, we went from about 17 cents all the way up to $3.53, resulting in a 1,976.5% increase. Okay, and then it went back down to 31 cents, whereas where we're hovering roughly right now. So we saw the increase here. Now we're hovering around that 31 cent mark, give or take. So let's see where we could go. So if we take the averages of XRP bull runs over the last few years, and we take 559.6 plus 7,566.7 plus 1,976.5, and we divide that by 3, we saw an average increase of approximately 3,367.6%. That's right, guys. Over 3,000% increase on average. Okay, this is just taking into consideration the basing before the bull run and then that move up. So I kind of took like a rough average of where we saw the basing before the bull run up. Of course, we saw lows of as low as 13 cents and highs of as high as 32 cents up here. It popped on a few days, but ultimately the average in this case was 17 cents. So I just kind of took a baseline average. Now, if we take this average and we apply it to the 31 cent XRP, so where could we possibly see an XRP bull run go if we see a pop within the next few days? And of course, guys, you got to remember that we do see huge movements and sustained movements, but they usually are followed by huge crashes, so keep that in mind. So where could we see this? If an average of a 3,367.6% increase on 31 cents, we could see an XRP of approximately $10.44. I think that that's a pretty good estimate, just considering the history on the charts and what we've seen XRP do in the past. And again, this is just based on volume coming into the market on FOMO, a speculative bull run. Of course, there are many other factors involved here, like we do need to see Bitcoin move, we do need to see other coins move, but real world utility is a very, very different beast. And once we see that, who knows what the price of XRP could be? That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.